Jay Pearson, and I'm running for president of BSG. There are a few reasons that we're running this campaign this year. One has to do with representation. How can we represent all voices in a conversation? I wanted to do this by partnering with organizations from the Boone Democrats to the Boone Republicans. I want to bring together different voices, dissenting voices, voices that may be more liberal or more conservative, in order that we can reach a point of sort of the radical middle.
Seemed like the NRA and gun lobbyists might win. But oh, that was good news for us. I don't know how long this Saturday in the state of Tennessee might last. But oh, we have good news, folks. We've got good news that Sunday always comes.
What's up, everyone? It's also Kenny here today. We're reacting to this video. I'm sure this has been surfacing around. I found this on Twitter from End Wokeness. Follow his Twitter line. I really love watching his stuff. And I stumbled upon this guy named Justin J. Pearson. And this guy, to me, epitomizes what the Democrats think of the black people, right? Democrats are known for pandering to people, right? And this is how I think him pandering to people. You see how he was in college. I believe, at least, he seemed more authentic in college than he does now. To me now, he looked like he's just trying to play a character. Trying to talk all slow and inspirational. That that 1950 Martin Luther King Southern accent. Like, bro, like, we live in 2023. What are you doing? I don't understand what he's doing. And he's trying to appease to these, this could all be part of his strategy for all I know. He don't seem real to me. For me, anyway, I can't fake who I am. I don't believe in reparations. I don't believe in affirmative action. I think I am created equal. That's how I honestly feel. If you have a problem with that, hey, that's a personal problem. You feel offended that I don't think I'm inferior to anyone else because of my skin color, then that's your problem. If you think I don't see myself any differently than the next American, I have more in common with an American than a Haitian coming off the boat. And that's facts. And I think the country needs a unified identity. And I push patriotism. I say, hey, we all should be love of country. That should be our number one priority. Because these black people like Justin J. Pearson can only complain like this in America. They don't talk about how Africa was the reason. If Africa never participated in the slave trade, no black person would ever be here in America today. But they don't want to address that. Because they don't gain anything from Africa. They gain everything from America, though. That's why there's so much of focus on America, 1619, all this stuff. Because it buys into this narrative that they sold to black people. I went to a Christian private school, a black-owned Christian private school. And I learned about Booker T. Washington there. I was like, oh, Booker T. Washington. Oh, he started the first college, the Tigi Institute. Oh, he believed in educating black people. George Washington Carter. I learned about those guys. Innovators, builders, culture changers. That's what I learned about in my school. In public school, did y'all learn that? Nope. I disagree. Y'all learned about Martin Luther King, how oppressed y'all was, and then they jump all the way to slavery. If the Democrats can't get credit for it, they don't teach you to you in public school. This is why I say public school is political. Hey, I'm done rambling. I know I've been going off for a quick minute. This is supposed to be a news article, but I may not even get into the article. Look at how he got. This is him as a candidate. Look at him talking about reparations and his black policies, and then I'll get into it, and then we finally can get into the article. Let's take a look.
You represent 60% black. Tell me how your gun reform or whatever policy you're working on, do you support reparations? Some people said you didn't, and then others said you did. Like, give us a quick rundown specifically on black people that you represent in your district.
Yeah, I am 100% pro-black, and here's the reality that we got to talk about. When you do for black folk, everybody does benefit.
Yeah, we know, but right? I'm gonna ask you about the black policy.
So I got you.
Want to know about your policies?
My policies, exactly.
Black
when you think about reparations, I'm 100% for reparations. I have been for a very long time. For cash, for credit, for check, for credit card, for trust fund, and I was on Bev Johnson, another member of the iHeartRadio community, in January, and I explained the reason why I'm for reparations isn't just because of the enslavement of black people, because there are some people who say, well, you weren't enslaved, and then we have to walk through housing segregation, we got to walk through lynching, we got to walk through mass incarceration, which we're experiencing now. What about reparations for all of these harms that we have experienced?
Yep. Oh boy. To me, I don't take men like this seriously, right? And he comes like, I know it came across pandering to me, at least. Like, I didn't like when Hillary. I don't like when people pander to me. You know how they say flattery gets you nowhere? That's me. That's me personified. If you try to flatter me, I'm be like, what are you trying to get out of me? You're trying to be too much. What's going on here? And I'm thinking you're trying to scam me because I grew up in the hood, bro. When someone approach you like that in the hood, you look at them sideways, like, hey, what you want? Like, what you after? Why you trying to gas me up like this? Like. But there's no skepticism because, at the end of the day, this is what black people have been conditioned to believe. A politician needs to craft a policy specifically for your people. When there's no institutional racism, there's no systematic racism. And if you believe that to be the case, show me your proof. Show me a law that says I can't be something because of my skin color. Where my input has no control over the outcome. It's just, you're black, you can't do it. Show me a law and I'll get behind you and say, hey, systematic racism exists. But I haven't found one. I haven't found a policy that was like, black people can't own property. No matter how successful I am, no matter how rich I am, like there's no law like that being in the books. And even if it is in the books, show me a case where it was enforced. Recent memory, not going you got to go all the way back to 1968 or some ish, 1913 to find a law like that. No, that law is already dead and gone, just like slavery. Slavery doesn't exist in America, but you want to keep holding America today to its sins of the past. When slavery was something universal. The word slave comes from a Slav, like the Slavian people. This idea that, black people need to be reciprocated for slavery, especially, some people already know my stance on reparations. I don't believe in reparations at all. I believe no black person alive today deserves reparations. I stand on that. And if you think you do, are you 400 years old? Did you experience a whip? Did you pick a cotton? Were you a slave? Nope. And most Americans, 95% of white Americans, they came from immigrants. 95% of Americans, white Americans especially, because that's what y'all like to focus on, have no connection to slavery whatsoever. You want people that never were slave owners to pay for sins and actions they never did because they happen to look like the people that did it in the past. And you happen to look like the victims of the people that did it in the past. How's it not exploitation? You benefiting off the suffering of your ancestors to justify why you should get a free meal ticket. And this is why I will never stand behind reparations. And then his talk about the incarceration harm, the housing harm, and all. I'm like, no, that's your own fault. Y'all gotta be like I'm like extreme ownership, extreme personal responsibility. That's your fault. Who told you to commit the crime? Because at the end of the day, we all follow law and order, right? We all benefit from society, but there's a cost for us to benefit from the society. There's a trade-off there. If I want to benefit from law and order and having the ability to own my property, and if someone do something wrong to me, I can call the cops and they can come address it. The cost is I have to abide by the same rules. And if I don't abide by the same rules, then I have to go to jail. That's accountability. That's not suffering. Like I like that little wordplay he did there. All the suffering our people went through. No, you put yourself through that. Because at the end of the day, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. You guys are in like what? Poverty. I like to bring out the stats, but married people are less likely to be in poverty than single people. The black community is raised by 70% single mothers, right? So what? Wouldn't it stand the reason? Oh yeah, of course you guys are in poverty. Most of y'all are raised by single moms. Single moms, and don't come at me, but it's a true fact. It's a fact. Black women are the most evicted people in America. Yeah, they have a higher percentage of eviction rates. And it's not because they're black. It's because usually they're in a low financial standing. Usually, and this is the case for all women, they're less likely to have savings in their bank account because women are spenders. Even though they make the least money, right? Compared to men, they make less money than men on average, but they spend more money than men on average. And people are going to say, that's sexism. You're talking about sex. I'm like, no, that's decision making. Because in my view, if you change your decisions, you change your results. And insanity to me is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. And this is why I don't advocate voting Democrat anymore. Black people have been giving Democrats the majority vote for 50 years. And what you got for it? Y'all still seemingly in the same position as you always were. And then you all want to talk about racial disparities equal racism. Y'all don't want to talk about the racial disparities that's going on with abortion. Black babies are the most aborted babies in America. No one talking about that though. But y'all want to talk about, mass incarceration rates. Where that's a decision you making. Oh, you can't get a home loan? Oh, on average, black folk have lower credit scores. You're seen as a riskier person to lend money to. On average, you guys are lower income as well. Like you got other factors that's determining why you're being denied a loan application, but y'all want to make it about race. The difference between a black conservative and a black liberal is a black conservative will look at race last and a black liberal will look at race first. That's the only difference. And we believe the government should operate in a different way. The government should be more hands off with us because at the end of the day, there's no incentive for us to actually achieve in life because we know, oh, the government is just supposed to sit here and take care of me. Like this is what it seems. It seems like the Democrats want the government to play a motherly role for us, take care of us, give us health care. We don't have to work. We don't have to do nothing. Just be dependent on the government. And dependency equals power for the Democratic Party. My number one argument against why black people shouldn't vote Democrat is because Democrats have no incentive to actually change your situation. If everything stays the same right now, they're guaranteed to get 94% of your vote. And that's a fact. I can't deny that. Nothing changed. If they don't do anything new for you, this is why a Democrat would rather pander to you, say nice things to you, than actually do something for you. Because they know, hey, if everything stays the same, they're going to keep voting for us. So let's make them feel comfortable. Let's hype them up. Oh, let's make them feel good about voting for us. This is why you can get a Juneteenth before you can get any subsidized laws passed or policies passed that actually will make you more independent from the Democratic Party. Because the Democratic Party wants you dependent on them. As a black conservative, the motto is government do nothing for me. So if you try to picture, oh, what the Republicans going to do for you, I don't want them to do nothing. I just want them to get out of the way and referee the game equally. I just want a fair shot. That's all I want. That's how I look at the government. The government is a referee. And I don't want the government making dumb calls for my advantage. I want the game to be called fair and square. If I traveled, I traveled. If you traveled, I expect the ref to call the travel on you. I just want to be an equal playing field. That's all I want the government to do. That's it. That's limited government for me. I don't want them to give me any special advantages. I don't want a specific policy just for me. The final point I want to make is that he made an argument about how what's good for black people, it benefits everyone else. I'll inverse that. What's good for everyone else also benefits black people. But for some reason, black people think they're like a different species of human being. This is why I say, hey, stop looking for saviors. And I think this is the black community is still looking for like a someone to stand up and be that civil rights leader. Like I think the black community is still stuck on strategies of the past. They're looking for the next Martin Luther King, the next Malcolm X. And I'm saying, black community, y'all don't need those people anymore. You can be your own savior. The only one who's going to save you out of your predicament is you. But it seems like they still stuck in this past where they want a leader of some sort of the black people to represent the black people. And this is why this guy is doing this little fake Southern preacher look like he's trying to be that for the black people. And I'm saying black people don't fall for it. Because to me, it comes off fake. I'm sorry. That's how he comes off. He don't feel authentic at all. And I think this is he misses his window already. Because in the age of social media, people care about authenticity now. They care about, hey, who you really are. Right? And so I don't try to pretend that I'm something else. If I believe in reparations, I will say I believe in reparations. But I don't. And people have to accept that. And people are going to get mad in my comment section calling me names, and I don't care. Give me your argument. I don't care about how you feel about me. I got my family. I got my community. I got my country. Like, what I got to care about after all those three? And this is what I'm talking about. Like, black people seem to want to use race or weaponize their race as an alibi for any negative outcomes that they experience in life. Oh, it's because of my race I didn't make it in life. Oh, it's because of my race I didn't become the first black billionaire in my predominantly white college. Like, if they see any surface level look like, oh, majority of white people do this, they'll scream racism. And this is the boy who cried wolf effect. Today in 2023, no one can tell me that racism hasn't lost its impact anymore in our culture. Racism has become the most overused word in America today. Tell me I'm lying. Comment in the section. Tell me I'm lying. Comment right now. Tell me I'm lying. Racism has lost its meaning to the point when someone's called racist, they'll be like, you just calling me racist because I disagree with you. Oh, prove that I'm a racist. Because now it's just become something that black people just say to anybody that do something differently or think differently than them, or they disagree with you. racism has become the most overused word in America today by Democrats, by black people. It don't matter. And then they find something else to call you by. Now they're calling fascist. Now you're a fascist racist. This is why they keep adding more things, because the words are losing power, because they keep throwing it off of baseless accusations with no evidence, no proof to back up what they're saying. During his initial swearing in, Pearson said that he hoped to pursue an agenda that was subversive to the status quo, adding that white supremacy, homophobia, misogyny, and racism all needs to be torn down. Give me proof of that, sir. Because anything you don't like is not white supremacy. Anything you don't like is not homophobia. Anything you don't like is not misogyny. But hey, I digress. I'm gonna leave it at there. You know, it's the usual ad hominem attacks. He attempts to make debates about his expulsion about race, saying that these people are racist and this is why he's getting prosecuted. It seems like whenever you try to hold a black man accountable for something, he cries racism. But hey, I digress. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you agree, disagree with me? And let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I really do appreciate you guys for watching this long video till the end. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.